Hey, welcome everybody to our 8th week. So we are close to ending our first quarter of the semester, our first half of the semester, if you want to think of it that way. Around mid-October, and then mid to late October through the beginning of December is going to be our second quarter of the semester, our second half of the term. So to round things out, we have our MLA research version of your argumentative persuasive essays. Now, those first versions with no research included, those are going to be coming back to you throughout this week. And really, all you are tasked to do is to plug in, if you will, the scholarly academic research that you find in the Galileo databases. In the announcement for this week, I give you, I list out the things to keep in mind, to remember for this essay. 3 to 4 Galileo found sources. After you have done, at the very least, 3, you are then free to use internet sources from Google searches, articles online, things like that. But really the gold standard are the peer-reviewed, vetted sources found in the databases from the library, Galileo, okay? So in fact, that's what I'm going to look at first when it comes time for me to grade these research essays, which are, I believe, upwards of 30% of your course grade, okay? Double check your syllabus on that. I'm pretty sure that's what I have it as. Well, X that. I happen to have our course up right now, so I will just go ahead and give it a look real quick. Yes, so no, I'm sorry. I have it as 15. Let's see, 30, 40. Yes, it is 30% of your final grade, the research essay, okay? If you want a rundown if you want a refresher of how every category is weighted, classwork and homework, 15% of your grade. The narrative essay, 15% of your grade. Descriptive essay and persuasive argumentative essay, both 20% each, and then the final essay, 30%, okay? So you want to do well with this one. Make sure you fulfill the requirements, okay? I would read the announcement for week 8 very carefully. Things that I have in there to keep in mind. You want to avoid using the first person, and I counseled you all to do that for the first version without research. When you eliminate I think, we, us, our, you make it sound more objective. Instead of saying, I think pizza is delicious, if you just say pizza is delicious, it makes it sound as though it's delicious for you, me, everybody. It is a fact. Pizza is delicious, okay? Never mind with the I think business or in my opinion business. So you want to make sure you're avoiding that. If you want a refresher, I know you guys are in high school, you probably have done an MLA research paper before, maybe some mini version of it. If you want a refresher on how things are supposed to look, I would visit the writing center, let's see what it's, or the handbook rather, built into our Blackboard shell, our course, and you will be directed to OWL, O-W-L, which is the online writing lab of Purdue University. And you'll find the menu there, and you can look about how a works cited page is supposed to look, how to cite sources and parenthetical in-text citation format. You could also look in our SCC book, our ebook, Successful College Composition, Chapter 4. In there, you will find pointers on how to do that. I am available too by email if you want to reach out to me and say, hey, This is how I'm looking on including this source in this part of my paper. Am I citing it correctly? Remember, even if it's a paraphrase, meaning you put the quote in your own words, it is still not originating from your head. You still had to go look at that source, even if you're putting it in your own words. So even in that case, even if it's not a direct quote, of course, direct quotes will have quotation marks beginning and ending the quoted material. Direct quotes and paraphrases, both cases, you need a parenthetical citation. And what this usually involves is the author's last name and the corresponding page number, the page number on which the material is found in the source. Okay. So as long as you're doing that, giving me a works cited page, fulfilling the page requirement, giving the MLA heading, as always, your name, my name, the course, the date, page number with your last name, upper right of each page, and please do an original title, okay? Not persuasive, argumentative MLA research essay, okay? If you do all those things, you will turn out just right. And also keep in mind the formatting. Some of you still aren't doing, it's very few of you, but some of you still aren't doing the format correctly. Refer to the paper format attachment and Blackboard. Times New Roman, 12-point font, double spaced, okay? Each paragraph needs to be indented. When you transition paragraph to paragraph, you don't skip 1,000 lines, okay? It's just a single double space from paragraph to paragraph. So the spaces in between paragraphs is the same amount of spaces from line to line inside of a paragraph, okay? So when you go to do a new paragraph, skip down, double space, indent, that's it, okay? So, yes, review the announcement from this week very carefully. In addition to our final paper being due, we have a final blog opportunity. Remember, blogs, this is our third one. Each blog will be probably a couple points or so each added to your essay here. If you choose to participate, it's not compulsory, it's voluntary. You don't have to do it, but it's recommended. The blog topic for this week, I'm asking you if you have had an argument with anybody recently. A friend, a neighbor, coworker, stranger, anybody. Do you feel that you guys came to an accord, an agreement? Did you agree to disagree? Did it get heated? What was it about? Okay. I got in an argument with my wife. We get into political arguments all the time. And, you kind of put your sword down after a while and realize that's not worth going any further with this. But when I argue, I find that, vocally with somebody, I find that I need to cool down, take my time. If I really want to engage with this person in a mature, civil way, I don't want to get all heated and exasperated. That's using too much pathos, getting emotionally carried away. Do you find that you do that, or that your interlocutor, the person with whom you were arguing, did he, she, or they, maybe you got in a group argument, okay? Did that group or person engage in pathos, logos, ethos, trying to answer your side of the argument? So a little reflection there for your blog. So keep in mind, the way the course is designed, after the first quarter, we're going to move on to the other modes of discourse in the SEC book, but we're not going to be doing essays according to those new modes of discourse. We're going to revisit the essays we've already done and add to them. So we're going to be adding a page or so to our narrative and correcting our mistakes. Same thing with the descriptive, persuasive argumentative, and the MLA research version. So the final version of the MLA research paper at the end of the term, around December, I'm going to require you to add more sources, add more material, okay? So you're going to be sticking with this topic semester long, okay? The idea being I want you to explore this thing, okay, pretty thoroughly, all right? So just keep that in mind. We're going to be working with the exercises for expository, definition. They don't all come to mind right now. the other modes of discourse that we will be looking at. We're going to do the SEC exercises and the readings from the reader, but for essays, we're going to work on improving and adding to our first quarter essays, narrative, descriptive, what I just described. So just giving you a little heads up there of what's to come. But for this week, it is your final paper for the first quarter, MLA research essay on your argumentative persuasive topic and the blog. I will be participating in the blog along with you. I enjoy reading what you guys have to say in the blogs and in the journals. And also, everyone did a pretty bang-up job, a good job, on the SEC exercises for the argumentative persuasive unit 3.8, where you all had to have a thesis, a counterclaim, offering a concession to the other side. On the whole, everybody did really, really well. So I appreciate the good work there. So everybody, any questions, points of concern, whatever you have, you want me to kind of help you out as best I can, just shoot me an email throughout the week, okay? Alrighty then, let's finish strong before we transition to the second half of our semester. I wish you all well. Peace. See you next week. Bye-bye.